Years ago, Tupac had a song called Only God Can Judge Me, but today that's changed to Only the Woke Can Judge You if you let them, because we've gone from an era of innocent until proven guilty. Today, we're guilty until proven innocent. At least when it comes down to the justice system, there is a law and order. There's a certain set of orders. The other day, I got a speeding ticket. Guess what? I deserved it. There was a number. I passed that number. It was going too fast. I got a ticket. I got to pay the fine. But when it comes down to the woke system, the woke justice system, you're walking on eggshells all the time. Nobody knows what happens with the criteria. It's always changing. You're getting judged for what you said 20 years ago, and it's becoming a very, very ugly time to become anybody, to have a voice, and you're getting canceled left and right. So today, we're going to take a deep dive. I got a lot of different things I want to get into on the topic of cancel culture. So I'm going to read you a quote from 2021. A president was being interviewed on the topic of cancel culture. I'm not going to put his picture up. I'm going to show you the silhouette. And when I read you the quote, I want you to tell me which president said this about cancel culture. Ready? Let's read it together. A lot of dangers of cancel culture, and we're just going to be condemning people all the time. This idea of purity, and you're never compromised, and you're always politically woke and all that stuff, you should get over that quickly. The world is messy. There are ambiguities. People who do really good stuff have flaws. So now, can you guess which president said that based on the silhouette that I have with the hair that's going to the right? Yes, you're right. That quote I just read you is by Barack Obama. Yes, Barack Obama. This year in 2021 about cancel culture, even Barack Obama is concerned and sees a threat about cancel culture. Let me read you what Putin from Russia said about cancel culture. Yes, this is Putin. Putin said the anti-racism agenda in the West was dividing society as he compared cancel culture warriors in liberal democracies to the Bolsheviks of Russia's 1917 revolution. The incessant emphasis on race pushes people further apart, whereas the true fighters for civic rights try to eliminate those differences. He asserted, noting that cancel culture is nothing more than reverse discrimination, and teaching children that sexuality is flexible is potentially a crime against humanity. We look in amazement at the processes underway in countries which have been traditionally looked at as standard bearers of progress, said Putin about America. Some people in the West believe that an aggressive elimination of entire pages from their own history, reverse discrimination against the majority in the interest of a minority, and the demand to give up the traditional notions of mother, father, family, and even gender, they believe that all of these are mileposts on the path towards social renewal. And by the way, you just heard from President Obama and you just heard from Putin. These are people who have two complete opposite philosophies. They don't agree with each other on many philosophies, but they agree on the topic of cancel culture because everybody is being affected by it. And it's coming to you as well, by the way, very, very soon if you're not too careful. At the end of the video, I'm going to give you a formula on how to make sure you never get canceled, so stick around till the end. And I got a few other quotes here as well, but let's get right into it. First, I want to unpack our current justice system in America today. So let's kind of go through it. There's different kind of crimes you and I can commit. I'm going to put some of them out there, and I want you to tell me which one of the crimes you think are the worst from bottom all the way to the worst. But first, let's look at our justice system. So here's how our current justice system is based on different crimes you can commit. So here we go. The least serious, this is somebody who has infractions or violations, generally a fine only. That's what I just did the other day. Going too fast. I got a ticket. I deserved it. I have to pay $200-$300, and I'm going to get probably a strike on my driving record. My insurance is probably going to go up. No problem. I deserved it. Number two, less serious, a misdemeanor. Maybe you go to jail. Maybe you get probation. Maybe you got a fine. Maybe you got a DUI. Maybe you got caught smoking weed in a place that's illegal. So you get a misdemeanor, it's on your credit, right? Let's go to the next one, which is the most serious. This is a felony. All punishment options are available: execution, prison, probation, and fine. Now, execution, the death penalty, is based on some states, but let's just say most states have death penalty option there for them. Some states have death penalty options for them. That's what happens when you commit a crime. So you commit the crime. They say, do you want an attorney? You say no, you say yes, but you have the option. Then you go and give your case. Lawyer says, you know what? You're not guilty. You can leave. Great. It's black and white. There's a system. For the most part, we have a justice system. We're trying to get it better. But as broken as the justice system is, the woke justice system is a million times more broken. So let's continue with the justice system. I'll give you a few different crimes, and you tell me. On your thermometer, what is the worst crime? Ready? Let's go through these together. So let's put these up on the screen for you to look at. We got your dealing cocaine. You get caught with a kilo of selling cocaine. Another one, treason. You go out there and you have information on the inside against your country, but you give it to Russia. You give it to China, right? Your own insider information, you give it to Russia. You're a military head and you give it to Russia, okay? Next one is espionage, okay? Somebody from another country comes to us, is spying in our educational system, is spying in our companies, is spying at the government, and they're giving out information back. So this is a spy from another country working on the inside. Treason is somebody on the inside giving information to the enemy, right? Let me continue. The other one is murder. You kill somebody. Accidental or intentional, let's just put it together. You murder somebody. Then you got rape. Then you got child molestation. Then you got theft. So you got these 7 that are right here. In what order do you say these crimes are worse? You know, least worst to the one that we need to give them the worst kind of punishment. What is it? Do you put maybe theft at the bottom? Maybe you put drug dealing at second to bottom, maybe 6th place, 7th place. Maybe you go treason is 6th. Maybe you say espionage is 5th. Maybe you say kidnapping is 5th. Maybe rape is 3rd. Maybe murder is 2nd. Maybe child molestation, pedophilia is 1st that you put on there. So whatever your reasoning may be, these are all crimes that are committed. Somebody proved this is what you did. You go through the justice system. Law and order protects of these behaviors from happening. So that allows you and I to trust the system, right? That's what this is. The screwed up thing about the cancel culture system is there is no such thing as out here. Everybody's expected to walk on water. Everybody. So now when you look at the justice system, at least we know what the crimes are, right? They have it. You know, distribution of cocaine gets you this many years. Rape gets you this many years. 1st degree murder, 2nd degree accident. You know, it's there. It's by state and it's known. Everybody knows. For cancel culture, we don't know. So what is a crime in cancel culture? Let's go through a few of them. If let's just say I say something that offends you, is that a deemable to cancel me? Let's just say if I politically disagree with you, is that fair usage for you to come after me and cancel me? How about if I said something 22 years ago that was offensive, which I'm sure I've said. I'm 43 years old, 22 years ago, 21. I just got out of the Army. Most likely I've said it. Is that proper for you to use that? So what are the criteria to look for? Is it a tweet from 9 years ago? Is it a certain word? Are we not allowed to say the F word, the C word, the N word, keep going, all these words that are out there that we're not supposed to say. When I was in the Army, I remember one time I'm holding the M16 and I'm shooting to be a marksman and my nose is against it. Guy's looking at me, he says, I've never seen a nose like that before. One of the guys sitting next to me afterwards was a white guy from some North Dakota type of a city. He said, where are you from, Iran? I said, yes. He says, aren't people from Iran terrorists? That's what he said to me in front of a couple of my guys. Now, you know what you qualified that guy as? He's a moron. He's an idiot. Should he be canceled? No. He's ignorant. That's what he is. I've been called camel jockey because I'm Middle Eastern. I was called fresh off the boat. And by the way, I'm not even giving you this stuff to sympathize. Please don't feel sorry for me. I live a very good life. All I'm telling you is people are going to offend you and I. So just because somebody offends us, are we going to go straight to the cancel jail? Let's put these people in jail. Is that what we're going to be doing? Because the justice system that we have, at least you can come out of it and you can go through probation and then you're free and then we let them go, right? But in the cancel culture, they don't let you back. You're permanently canceled. It's a form of public execution if you think about it. It's character assassination. It's not even defamation of character. It's character assassination, public execution. What can we do to get rid of this guy? It's the death penalty, but you're alive. It's doing whatever they can to ruin your name except your life. So this leads me to a thought about cancellation. So think about this. You got 3 things that they're going to punish you with to take away from you. Which one of these 3 things you do not want to give up? Like, man, I do not want to lose X, Y, Z. Number 1, you lose all your wealth. They take all your money away from you. Now, you may be thinking, St. Pat, I only got $2,000 in the bank right now. That's not a lot of money if they take away from me. No, I want you to think you're worth $28 million. They take every penny away from me, every house, every car, every bank account, okay? They take away from me. That's number 1. Number 2, you lose your memory, your identity. You don't know who you are. You wake up the next year like, what's my name? Who are my parents? Hey, babe, I'm sorry, why are you calling me babe? I don't know who you are. Like, you know, you've seen this in movies. What if that happens? You lose all your memory. Number 3, you lose your voice, your influence, your silence. You can never voice your opinion ever again. You can't be on Facebook. You can't be on TikTok. You can't be on Twitter. You can't be on YouTube. Nothing. No publisher. Nobody wants to voice your opinion and give you that platform. Which of those 3 can you live with the rest of your life and rebuild yourself up? Is it money? Is it memory? Or is it voice? See, that's what's going on right now. The challenge with it right now is they're taking away all your voice. We don't want this person to say anything because we don't agree with you. And that ought to concern you a little bit as well. This is not just about people that are making money. Look, we know some of the names of people that have been canceled. Okay, let me read some of these guys. And then some of them that are potentially trying to be canceled, but they're part of the same status. But let's go through some of them. One of them is Ellen DeGeneres. Another one is Kevin Hart. He was supposed to be the host. All of a sudden, everybody wants him to apologize for, I think, a tweet he had 9 or 11 years ago. I don't even know what the timeline was. Him and I were talking about it at that time. J.K. Rowling, Chris Pratt, Piers Morgan, who, he got canceled, had a great show, was funny on TV, pissed a lot of people off. He made one comment about Merkel. They canceled the guy the next day. He didn't do anything else. He just made a comment. He's a guy on TV supposed to give his opinions, gets canceled over that. Johnny Depp gets canceled. Disney loves doing Disney work, canceled. The Baby, Christy Teigen, Matt Damon, Trump, Roseanne. Then we have Bill O'Reilly. We have Matt Lauer. You could even put Louis C.K. in there. Dr. Seuss, who is dead, got canceled. They took 6 or 7 of his books off. And at one point it was the top 7 selling books was all his books. They're trying to cancel Lincoln. I talked to Lucian Truscott, who is apparently the 6th grandson of Thomas Jefferson. We had the biggest debate. If you've never seen it, he was not too happy about it. He wants to remove his uncle's statue because of what he did 200 some years ago. Okay, who's going to get canceled next? MLK because he was a womanizer? Who's next? Now I get R. Kelly, that's a crime. I get Harvey Weinstein, that's a crime. But there's a difference between canceling because you disagree versus canceling because somebody committed a crime. So another element of cancel culture is just because I'm part of a group, I'm automatically being judged for being part of that group. Like I'm Middle Eastern, so there's all these stereotypes. I'm from Iran, there's stereotypes. I'm, let's just say, wealthy, there's stereotypes. I'm Christian, I'm this, I'm that. So let me read this and you tell me how this feels. I bet one of these things is going to probably trigger some feelings and emotions to you. So let's go through it. There's 2 problems here. Let me read it to you. Not everyone is racist, but a few are. Not all white people are white supremacists, but a few are. Not all Muslims are terrorists, but a few are. Not all black men are criminals, but a few are. Not all Latinos crossed the border illegally, but a few did. Not all Christians are bigots, but a few are. Not all theories are conspiracies, but a few are. Not all politicians are honest, but a few are. Not all immigrants are bad, but a few are. Not all police officers abuse their power, but a few do. In everything, there's the few and the majority. Now, the problem here is both, because one is the fact that some people don't like it if you say anything about their group. God forbid. What do you mean? Not all Latinos. That's offensive. What do you mean? Not all Middle Easterns. What do you mean? Not all this. And then, but God forbid, if they do it, it's okay if they do it to you. So, hey, we can call you a white supremacist, we can call you racist, but you can't say that our community is, such and such. No, that's not how this thing works. I'm from Iran. Believe me, I'm a Syrian Armenian. My culture has flaws, both of them. We have flawed communities. I understand that. I'm not naive to it, but at the same time, I have a lot of pride in being Armenian, Assyrian, born in Iran, and made in America. All of those things mean a lot to me, even though I know the flaws. This whole idea of white people are perfect, all white people are flawed, or black people are perfect, or black people are flawed, is naive. You have to understand that all of us have challenges. Now, I want to read you a little bit more about what was said here, and then I'll give you the final thoughts about what you need to do to not get canceled. Here's what Sharon Stone, out of all people, had to say about cancel culture. I think cancel culture is the stupidest thing I've ever seen happen. I think when people say things that they feel and mean and it's offensive to you, it's a brilliant opportunity for everyone to learn and grow and understand each other. We all come from different ages, different cultures, different backgrounds, different things, and have had different experiences, different traumas, different upbringings, different parents, different religious backgrounds, different everything. The Basic Instinct star explained after Hut asked if she thought celebrities are afraid to have real conversations. Here's what Bill Maher had to say about cancel culture. Is this really who we want to become? A society of phony avatars walking on eggshells, always looking over your shoulder about getting ratted out for something that actually has nothing to do with your character or morals? Here's what Johnny Depp had to say. No one is safe, but I believe that if you are armed with the truth, then that's what you need. Now, here's what Madonna had to say, who never got canceled after the comments she made about thinking about wanting to blow up the White House when Trump was in the White House. Here's what she said about cancel culture. No one's allowed to speak their mind right now. No one's allowed to say what they really think about things for fear of being canceled. Cancel culture. In cancel culture, disturbing the peace is probably an act of treason. Interesting how we used the word treason earlier. And last but not least, let's see what Kevin Hart had to say about cancel culture. If people have done something wrong, the idea of canceling those people and ending whatever career or thing they have, if it's just over, then what's the teachable moment for them? What? It's over? And then you can't do anything else for the rest of your life because you made a mistake? What happened to the days of making a mistake, learning from a mistake, not doing that, and educating others on what not to do because of your mistake? Isn't that parenting? Isn't that the world of raising a kid? How do you know what to tell your kid to do or not to do? You have to be in a position of experience to say, don't touch that stove because it's hot, because you touched it when it was hot. I can't give you that lesson if I don't have the experience. So it's interesting what Kevin Hart and all these guys had to say about cancel culture, right? Here's what's interesting. Do you know, the other day I tweeted, define cancel culture. Guy responded back and he said, cancel culture is what Republicans use to get away with saying whatever they want to say, even though they offend the other side. Do you realize not a single person's quote I used today was a Republican? Not one. Not one. Everyone's quote I used is on the left. And they're majority from the Hollywood. And the ones who at one point were okay with Trump getting canceled, some of them, not all the names, they're the ones that are being canceled. The wise ones knew all along, be very careful canceling and silencing people. Here's my solution to you on how to not get canceled in today's times. You ready? Don't say a word. Don't text a single word. Don't send an email. Don't have an opinion. Have zero feelings. If you ever get angry, don't make a look. Don't give a smirk. Don't do anything. People ask you, who did you vote for? You say, I don't vote. What do you think about Trump? I don't have an opinion. What do you think about Obama? I don't have an opinion. What do you think what happened in Afghanistan? I don't have an opinion. Do you agree with Aaron Rodgers, what he said about him calling Joe Rogan on ivermectin and he wants to do that? I don't have an opinion. Whatever you do, just don't have an opinion, because God forbid if you do and you say a single word, you'll be canceled. But do you really want to live that life? Do you really want to live that life? You know how much I enjoy good conversation where people are having a banter or who's the greatest basketball player of all time? You know how much I enjoy the best banters of, hey, tell me the best movie of all time, the best love story of all time, the best rap song of all time, the best rapper of all time. These are all debates. We're going to disagree. It's cool. It's awesome. We like it. You understand what I'm saying? This is okay with that. So here's a few thoughts I have about cancel culture, okay? Opposing ideas are okay. Clashing of ideas are fine. Just because you disagree with someone's opinion doesn't mean they need to be canceled. Don't look for a reason to cancel people. It'll come back and haunt you. Different values and principles are a filtering system. Walking on eggshells sucks. There's a difference between breaking the law and offending you. And last but not least, if you are part of the woke mob and you feel you are fully qualified to cancel anybody and everybody you want, I have a test for you. It's called the walking on water test. I want you to go to a local swimming pool or the ocean or a lake or anything you want to go to and try to walk on that water. If you don't, you are officially disqualified from canceling anybody. So if you enjoyed my breakdown on cancel culture, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I want to hear your comments below. I got 2 other videos that I want you to watch. If you enjoyed this, you'll enjoy my sit down with Lucian Truscott, the great grandson of Thomas Jefferson, who wanted his statue to be removed. If you've never seen that, the intro alone is going to want you to watch the entire interview. That's this one. The other one is I love debates. I think debate is a way of us getting closer to the truth. About a year ago, I was approached by Alan Dershowitz and Robert Kennedy to do a debate on vaccine. And one is saying the government can mandate it. The other one saying the government cannot mandate it. If you've not seen this one, it got a few million views. Click here to watch that debate between 2 lawyers going at it. Fascinating conversation. Having said that, have a good one, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.